The end of a cycle often arouses a deep fear of the unknown. This fear manifests itself like a cold in the belly when facing the new. The routine and comfort of the past seem to offer momentary security. However, each closure carries the seed of a fresh start. Recognizing this fear is the first step towards transformation. When a step ends, we feel the loss of what was familiar to us. This sensation can paralyze and prevent immediate action. However, it is precisely at this moment that the change presents itself. The courage to move forward is born of the understanding that the new can surprise. Each cycle end prepares the way for inner growth. The fear of the unknown can be seen as a warning to the potential of transformation. He challenges us to leave the comfort zone and seek new experiences. When facing this challenge, we learn to trust ourselves more. Change is no longer a threat and becomes an opportunity for evolution. The closing of cycles reveals possibilities that we did not imagine before. The transition between phases requires sincere delivery to the flow of life. Leaving behind what no longer serves is an act of courage and faith. Each goodbye is actually the foreshadowing of a new beginning. This inner transformation strengthens our ability to adapt. The end of the cycle becomes an invitation to restart. To face change is to recognize that the past does not define the future. Confidence in God and on the journey itself drives us to move forward. Each end brings valuable lessons and new perspectives. Fear becomes creative energy to build a new path. Each closed cycle celebrates the opportunity for deep renewal. God uses cycle purposes to lead us to greater growth. Each closure is not a punishment, but a door for renewal. Divine intervention shows us that there is always a purpose behind each ending. Trusting this greater wisdom allows us to see the beauty of the restarts. Faith strengthens as we understand that each end announces a new beginning. In facing the end of a step, we are invited to seek deeper meaning. God reveals that true transformation is through sincere delivery. This delivery allows us to abandon the old man and embrace what is coming. Each end is an opportunity to develop confidence in the divine plan. We grow spiritually by recognizing that change is guided by a greater purpose. Divine wisdom teaches us that the closing of cycles is a renewal mechanism. Each phase that ends opens space for the manifestation of new gifts. God invites us to set aside attachment and trust in the process of transformation. Divine surrender strengthens our faith and prepares us for surprising starts. Each cycle end becomes a trampoline for even more robust growth. Trusting God's plan means believing that every end has its purpose. Even in the face of fear, faith drives us to seek the new with hope. Each experience, however challenging, is part of a great divine work. The intervention of the divine transforms the pain of closing into energy for change. Confidence in God leads us by a path of constant renewal. Cycle purposes reveal God's hand working in our lives. Each closure is an invitation to reevaluate and rebuild our purpose. By abandoning what no longer serves, we make room for true transformation. Faith renews each challenge overcome and each cycle completed. We grow and evolve, guided by the certainty of a larger plan. The attachment to what is familiar can hold us to cycles that limit growth. The apparent security of the acquaintance often deceives and prevents new experiences. This false sense of protection blocks access to transformation opportunities. Breaking with attachment requires the courage to leave comfort and face the unknown. Freeing yourself from this prison is essential to make room for the new. Staying stuck with old habits creates a barrier against true evolution. The illusion of security keeps us in a state of stagnation and fear. Attachment to the past prevents us from exploring the potential of change. Recognizing this limitation is the first step to emotional liberation. By abandoning what is not good, we allow renewal to settle in our lives. The false security of the acquaintance can be compared to a silent trap. She seduces us with the promise of stability, but ends up limiting us. Transformation requires that we break with this emotional dependence. In facing the fear of the unknown, we discovered new horizons of growth. The courage to change becomes the foundation for a full life. The need to detach from what is familiar is a continuous challenge. The comfort of the past often masks the urgency of a renewal. It is necessary to be aware that true security lies in change. Freeing yourself from attachment allows faith and hope to flourish again. Detachment becomes a catalyst for personal transformation. Overcoming the false sense of security is a vital step for the beginning. Excessive attachment to the past limits our ability to innovate. Looking at uncertainty with confidence opens doors to new opportunities. Each act of detachment strengthens our freedom and our spiritual journey. The courage to abandon the family member translates into an impulse to true renewal. Release what no longer serves is critical to allowing the renewal of life. Detachment is an act of self-esteem and faith in the future that awaits us. Each cycle end becomes an opportunity to eliminate what weighs. Just like in the pruning of the gardens, removing the excess stimulates flowering. This process prepares the terrain so that new fruits can grow. The metaphor of biblical pruning teaches us the importance of cutting the unnecessary. John 15:2 reveals that by eliminating what prevents growth, the fruit increases. God uses this process to renew our essence and strengthen faith. Each cut, as painful as it may seem, has a transformative purpose. By accepting this practice, we make room for a vibrant new step. Abandoning what no longer serves requires courage and determination. Pruning, though symbolic, illustrates the need to face the pain of detachment. This action is vital so that we can experience a profound change. By cutting the ties of the past, we allow the new to flourish freely. The act of detaching becomes a self-love gesture and evolution. The elimination of what is unnecessary allows us to reconfigure our journey. Each end of the cycle becomes an opportunity to replan our dreams. The pruning process challenges us to abandon old structures and give up comfort. God teaches us that true renewal arises from the surrender and courage to change. Divine pruning becomes a symbol of hope and transformation. Release what does not contribute to our well-being is a liberating act. This practice drives us to face the unknown with confidence and faith. By abandoning what weighs, we make room for life to reorganize. Each cycle end, marked by detachment, is the beginning of a new restart. The pruning metaphor reminds us that the transformation is always accompanied by renewal. The battle between faith and fear is a constant in our journey. The desire to control every detail is often born of inner insecurity. When we put control aside, we make room for true transformation. Faith guides us so that we can trust the designs of the divine. Fear becomes impulse for more authentic growth. Facing the fear of the unknown is an act of surrender to divine will. Trusting the larger plan means accepting that not everything is under our command. This delivery frees us from the strings of attachment and the need for control. Each cycle end becomes a lesson of renewed humility and faith. We have learned to transform anxiety into strength to move forward. The clash between control and confidence in God challenges our essence. Allow faith to lead our steps to dissipate the fear that paralyzes. The courage to surrender to uncertainty reveals the potential for true change. Each outcome challenge strengthens the conviction that the divine has a perfect plan. The balance between letting go and trust becomes the pillar of transformation. The journey of transformation requires abandoning the illusion of absolute control. Faith invites us to embrace the unknown with a confident heart. Each step lived is an opportunity to learn to surrender to divine flow. Fear, when viewed with honesty, becomes a catalyst for evolution. Confidence in God drives us to move on with courage. Integrating faith and courage is the key to transforming fear into power. Total divine delivery allows us to release the weight of excessive control. Each cycle end reinforces the importance of trusting the unknown and change. By learning to balance the urge to control with genuine faith, we grow spiritually. The journey of transformation becomes a path illuminated by trust and hope. Sacred stories offer valuable lessons about detachment. The people of Israel faced challenges by abandoning the past. These reports reveal that each ending has a divine purpose. The courage of the ancients inspires to overcome the fear of the unknown. Historical lessons illuminate the way to renewal. Moses' journey is an example of overcoming and transformation. He challenged fear and led his people towards freedom. Each expired obstacle reinforced its faith and determination. Its restart shows that the end of the cycle is the beginning of a new era. His legacy inspires to trust divine intervention. Biblical accounts teach that attachment can be an obstacle to evolution. The resistance in abandoning traditions limits the possibility of restarts. Each character that comes off the past makes room for the new. These narratives emphasize the importance of relying on divine orientation. The historical examples strengthen our courage to change. Past teachings show that transformation requires delivery. Even in the face of criticism, the biblical heroes went ahead. Overcoming ancient fears has driven new achievements. Each cycle end was celebrated as a milestone of renewal. History inspires to embrace the future with faith. To be inspired by the examples of the past is to recognize the strength of the restart. Sacred narratives reveal that fear can be overcome with courage. Each historical teaching reinforces the importance of detachment. By trusting divine wisdom, we turn challenges into opportunities. Historical teachings become headlights that guide our journey of transformation. Excessive attachment leaves deep scars in the soul. This emotional work prevents flowering from new dreams. Recognizing the weight of the past is critical to healing. Releasing these strings opens space for true renewal. Overcoming attachment is the first step for inner transformation. Emotional tiredness can turn each end of the cycle into a burden. The accumulated pain blocks the energy needed to start over. Facing these wounds is an act of courage and self-knowledge. Delivery to past experiences enables liberation. Inner healing strengthens the way for a new restart. Overcoming emotional where requires abandoning old attachments. Each tear and every pain can become learning. Liberation of the past allows vital energy to renew. Trusting in divine transformation restores our hope. Overcoming where becomes the base of a new journey. Emotional renewal begins when we allow ourselves to heal. Each cycle end carries the chance of turning pain into strength. Faith drives us to abandon what holds us to the past. Sincere delivery to change rescues the lost vitality. The inner transformation is established as a vibrant fresh start. Freeing yourself from emotional weight is a liberating and necessary act. Each step towards inner healing strengthens our ability to start over. Emotional detachment illuminates the way to renewal. Faith and trust are powerful tools on this journey. The impact of attachment dissipates, allowing the transformation to flourish. Prayer is a refuge where the soul finds peace and direction. In each prayer, there is a sincere dialogue with the divine. This sacred moment transforms fear into renewed faith. Personal surrender in prayer strengthens our spiritual connection. The practice of prayer drives true transformation. Delivering our anguish to God is an act of courage and confidence. Each word said in prayer dissolves the uncertainties of the heart. Prayer inspires us to abandon attachment and seek change. This intimate dialogue feeds our faith and illuminates the way. Delivery in prayer becomes the basis for inner growth. In the silence of prayer, we find answers beyond words. By undressing the insecurities, we make room for renewal. Every moment of prayer reveals the strength of a deep faith. Sincere delivery to the divine transforms challenges into learning. The practice of prayer becomes the foundation of our transformation. Intimacy with God through prayer teaches to live with purpose. Each prayer is an act of surrender that strengthens us against fear. The sacred dialogue with the divine renews our hope. When praying, we turn doubts into light and uncertainties into trust. Prayer establishes the way to deep transformation. The constant practice of prayer guides us by trails of faith and hope. Each delivery act reinforces the connection with the sacred. By abandoning attachment to worries, we make room for the new. Prayer becomes the link that unites our essence to the divine. Prayer delivery boosts a journey of transformation and growth. True transformation is strengthened in the union of hearts in search of purpose. A community of faith provides support and inspiration at each end of the cycle. Sharing experiences strengthens trust and encourages overcoming fears. Union transforms individual challenges into collective achievements. Joint action creates an environment where renewal becomes possible. To participate in a community of faith is to embrace the strength of solidarity. Each meeting celebrates life and drives the beginning with hope. Story sharing inspires the attachment to the past. Together we learn that collective faith is a powerful agent of transformation. The community becomes a headlight and renewal. Union and community enriches our spiritual journey. Each shared story strengthens the conviction that fresh start is possible. In group, the challenges become lessons and growth opportunities. Collective action inspires overcoming fears and embracing the new with courage. The community of faith expands our potential for transformation. Together we build an environment where each cycle end is celebrated as a new beginning. The sharing of experiences strengthens the confidence and spirit of unity. Mutual support transforms fear into courage and determination. Each meeting reaffirms the importance of walking together in the faith. Collective action becomes the basis for a shared transformation. Uniting with a community of faith is an invitation to live intensely transformation. Each member contributes with their history and strengthens the collective purpose. Together we celebrate the restarts and inspire new paths. The union of hearts creates a space for support and mutual growth. The community becomes a catalyst for change and hope. In reflecting on this journey, we realize that each end of the cycle is an invitation to the restart. Transformation manifests itself when fear becomes faith. Each closure reveals the possibility of a new purpose. Detachment and delivery make room for inner renewal. Fear becomes fuel for a meaningful life. Each completed step strengthens our determination to move on. Overcoming fears transforms challenges into growth lessons. Trusting in the divine drives us to seek resumes with hope. The end of the cycle reveals itself as a milestone for personal evolution. The purpose is illuminated with each new phase of transformation. The journey of transformation teaches us to abandon attachment to what no longer serves. Each expired challenge reaffirms our ability to start over with courage. Faith transforms fear into creative energy for change. Trusting the divine shows that the end is just the beginning of something bigger. Each closed cycle becomes a step towards a full life. Freeing yourself from the past is the foundation for a future full of possibilities. Each experienced experience is a lesson that brings us closer to our true purpose. Detachment and faith come together to illuminate the path of transformation. Each cycle end celebrates the opportunity to start over with more wisdom. The transformation consolidates itself as the path to a renewed existence. We invite you to turn fear into the engine of your fresh start. Each step guided by faith illuminates the way to a promising future. Total delivery to the divine makes true growth possible. By leaving behind what is not good, we make room for a new purpose. Subscribe to the channel, enable notifications, and join us on this journey of transformation.